All right, it should pop up in a sec. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay. All right, are we good? I have an echo.
All right, I'm bouncing out of this so I can change the layout when you start.
Okay, are we good? Sleepy? I still have an echo, you guys. Oh, wait, there it is. Maybe.
You're good.
We're live?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay. What's up, bitches? Welcome back to another week of Bitch with Comrade Misty. I am Comrade Misty. I hope you guys are ready for tonight, because tonight we have Skye Daddy and Fiorella Isabel in the same place at the same time. I'm very excited. We have been planning on doing this for a long time. There's going to be some energy, I think, on the show tonight. So welcome, you guys, to the show. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you for having us at the same time. You're trying to like kill like our stalkers, our haters.
I know. Their heads will explode. Heads are going to explode. They're probably already exploding. They may have exploded earlier when we announced it. Who knows? It's fun. Good times. Maybe they'll show up even. Sometimes they like to show up in the chat. And we can make fun of them. It's fun. It's a good time. It's good, wholesome fun, really. So what's going on? What's happened with you guys today? There's been a lot of shit. There's been a lot of shit. There's so much shit right now. There's a lot of drama. Where do we even start? I don't even know where to start.
Where do you want to start, Misty? I mean,
can we start with Joe Biden? Because me and Sleepy were just talking about this. Did you guys hear what he said today? This motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me read this because it's some really incredible. Okay. It would help if I could spell. It is some incredible bullshit. An amazing amount of bullshit. Why can't I find it? Oh, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Quote, "How would it be if the United States were viewed by the rest of the world as interfering with the elections directly of other countries and everybody knew it? What would it be like if we engaged in activities that he engaged in, meaning Putin? It diminishes the standing of a country." Is he fucking kidding me? Is he fucking kidding me? This is a real thing that was said out loud by the president of the United States. And people are eating it up. People will buy that. There are people who will buy that. Oh, it's cartoonish.
It is.
Every day.
It's a cartoon.
Every day.
It really is.
I keep feeling like we live in a fucking simulation now. Like, I feel like this can't be real. Like, in a way, I'm just like, well, this is too much. It's one thing after another. It's like they're laughing in our faces. Like, making how many
it's like they're trolling us. Like, I feel like Ashton Kutcher is gonna pop out behind him and be like, haha, you know what I mean, just kidding, or you know, like Joe Biden's really Andy Kaufman or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking ridiculous. That's the only word, I think.
It really is.
I think that's really the only word.
It's like we can literally pull up like data of how many countries we could. And also when you mention elections too, and you talk about the Skye Daddy all the time, like if you think you're a cuck, if you think that your elections are fucking fair, they'll criticize everything, right? A lot of the left will criticize, oh, we overthrow regimes, we're an empire, we love cops, we do this to Palestinians, we do all that, but our elections, oh yes, they were the most democratic and fair elections of all time. Somehow that and vaccines too, like that whole aspect is like, oh no, that's the only good thing we have. No, we fucking don't. You're a fucking moron if at this point you think our elections are fair. And he's literally mocking everybody with this whole just virtuosity cloak of like, oh, I'm Joe Biden, I'm not Donald Trump. And a lot of these fucking idiots buy it. You just buy into it. I don't know what else to do. Like I
don't either.
Lost patience. Like initially I'm like, oh, we need to, bring people, we need to talk to them. And I'm okay with talking to people, but now I just like have no patience to like deal with people who still think like electing Nina Turner is going to be the
God.
What you overdue for your family? Like, bitch, it'd be great.
Tweeting does a lot for me. Yeah.
Oh man, it's pain, guys. This is pain. It is painful. It is painful. This is painful, and people like don't understand why we focus on progressives and liberals so much. I don't expect shit from Republicans. Not a goddamn thing. Like, well, maybe actually even more than I would from a liberal, because I've been able to talk to conservatives and we may not agree on everything, but they don't want any more wars and they want to end the ones that we have and they want to free Julian Assange. And, you know, they're going to come at me for saying that and say, see, look, she's all right. No, I just want to get stuff done. I just want to get stuff done.
Fash fam right here. Fash fam. Yeah.
So fucking dumb. Fuck you.
Biracial woman, a Latino woman, and you, Misty. We're comrade.
I'm pretty white.
Misty.
Let's be real.
Yeah, but you're a Russian, so like
I am. I am actually. I'm Russian. Vladimir Putin is my dude. He's there's a picture back there. I have like a nesting doll. Look how Russian I am, you guys. I have a Russian blanket. In fact, Jank, you have a Russian
Julian
blanket
Assange.
upstairs. Yeah, and Julian Assange. And obviously, I am obsessed with him. I worship him as a god. And I only focus on Julian Assange, and that's all I ever talk about. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I ever talk about.
Terrible.
They're so fucking dumb, man. Honestly, I deserve better trolls. You deserve better trolls. We all deserve better trolls. These people are dumb. Oh, I don't know how we got started talking on trolls. But fuck Joe Biden. Let's go back to that.
Yeah, fuck Joe Biden.
And the other day he also did the whole and Boris Johnson did it too at the G7, talking about how press freedom is like the foundation of democracy. Fuck off. Oh, Julian Assange is in a dungeon right now because of those two fuckwads. I don't want to hear a damn word about press freedom from them. Either free Assange or shut the fuck up. How about that? Free Assange or just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. Like, at least just don't, like, the platitudes are dumb. It's so, the hypocrisy. When the president of Azerbaijan can call you out, you have a problem. That's not good.
No.
You guys see that new counter domestic terrorist plan? That's I'm just like, it's laying it out. It's literally like, we're going to fucking fund the feds. We're going to fucking fund the fucking police so they can we're worried about guns being in the hands of terrorists. And the snitch squad. Snitch squad. They're like, hey, you know what? If they seem radical, if you have family and friends or coworkers that seem radical, let us know. We're going to start working with fucking big tech to have more of a transparent relationship to make sure they enforce their already standards and concerns. Like, what the fuck? Like, it couldn't be any more obvious. It's to the point where I don't hate Joe Biden or any of those people.
No.
Almost transparent. Like, how much more transparent can Bill Gates and all these people be? Like, it's almost like, I don't give a fuck what people say. I don't know about what happened with slavery before, but people are choosing slavery every fucking day.
Yes.
People picking up and choosing slavery every day. Like, the things they choose to talk about, like Medicare for all and force the vote. Bitch, ain't gonna be no Medicare in the gulag. Ain't gonna be no fucking Medicare. Like, who the fuck?
It's crazy because we called it from the time we were at the Capitol on January 6th that the whole thing was a fucking psyop.
Yes.
And we got smeared, called Nazi collaborators, Nazi sympathizers, all of this. Like, and now who's talking about it? Oh, Tucker Carlson, mainstream media. Oh, this may have been an FBI psyop. Well, no fucking shit.
No shit.
And it's scary to me still watching the left, right? The supposed anti-establishment, all cops are bastards, like left, embrace the FBI, embrace the intelligence agencies, embrace like the military industrial complex and become cops for these state agencies, become like these snitches. Like, when did the left become the faction in politics that embraced these cops? I mean, they're all cops. No matter how you paint it, the FBI, the CIA, they're all cops. And I thought all cops were bastards. So all of a sudden now we're defending these agencies because of Nazis and Donald Trump and defeat fascism. It is just
that's when you know they're not really of the left. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's not that's not any left I want a part of. I don't. Okay, if your version of leftism includes any amount of authoritarianism in it whatsoever, I'm out.
Yep.
Like, I'm not interested.
Oh, yeah.
That's, I don't do imperialism. I don't do war. That's not negotiable. It's not fucking negotiable. It's not. Killing people for profit. No, it's not fucking negotiable. That's not cool. Not into it. It's fucking dumb. No. And these people just don't give a shit. That's the problem, is they don't really care. As long as they're comfortable in their little cul-de-sac, they're fine. They don't care about brown people getting blown up in Syria. That doesn't matter to them. And it matters to me.
It's a trend to them. When Palestine is
Right.
then
It's a hashtag.
Exactly. I remember like crying my eyes out thinking about Syria when it was like revamping up again, and like always tweeting about it and tweeting about it, like, guys, this is just, it's getting worse. Yemen is getting worse. Palestine is getting worse. And no one gave a fuck. I'm like, no, I don't like any politicians. They all fucking vote to fucking make a bigger defense budget. They know where the money is. And everyone always like, well, maybe they're just trying to get this, because they always attach shit to the fucking defense budget. So fight it in. And like, well, maybe they don't know. Like, then why the fuck are you putting people in power who can't read a fucking bill? If I can sit there and read fucking all these damn stupid pages, and they make it long on purpose, oh my God. But they can read all these fucking pages of these bill and figure out, I didn't finish high school, but you fucking put this bitch who went to fucking college and all this shit and grew up fucking rich.
Who has aides, like a dozen aides and a staff.
And you're paying their money. Maybe we should be doing something else with our money, because that's just dumb. If that's just fucking dumb. So all of these people are fucking pushing the imperialist agenda, and I'm supposed to have favorites? I'm supposed to like them?
Bro, the squad. They had Chinese food last night. Aren't you excited?
That was cute. That was cute, you guys. Girls' night's fun. That's a fun time. Go girls. Oh.
We should do like a mock video.
We should.
Where we're the squad. And we're like,
we should 100% do that. That would be funny shit.
Great, yo.
That would be funny shit. Seriously, I will like fly to you and to make that in person. I'm not even kidding.
We'll
Vacation
bring on Glory
time
too. We'll make her part of the.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we need it. Like, yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we need to do that. That's funny shit. And everybody, like, heads will explode, and it's gonna be glorious. And y'all are just asking for it, really.
They're gonna say we're being like anti this, anti that. It's just
you're just being contrarian.
Yeah.
No, that's not it, homies. That ain't it. What the fuck have they done for you? Please. I've been asking, what the fuck have they done for you? Please tell me. I want to know. Please.
Yeah.
Other than dramatic speeches and snarky tweets and the occasional like photo op or something at maybe a protest or a union strike or something. What the fuck have they done for you? Please. I want to know. They told you they couldn't force the vote because $15 an hour was more doable. And then they didn't even almost fight for $15 an hour. Like, there wasn't even a whimper of a fight that was put up for $15 an hour after they just told you they couldn't fight for healthcare in the middle of a pandemic because it was more doable to fight for $15 an hour. And y'all are still simping for them. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Bombing countries, but couldn't fucking give us our own tax money. Fucking pandemic that's supposedly fucking the most horrible thing that ever fucking happened. I mean, I just want to know, like, because I'm newer here. I don't even know, I haven't been looking Twitter that long. It was like 4 or 5 months for me. So I was hoping that it would be better than where I came from, which was LGBTQ Twitter, which was filled with liberals. And I was like, oh my God, I hate you guys. And that's when I fucking made a huge thread that pretty much like canceled me in LGBTQ Twitter, because I was just pretty much said, I hate you, all you self-important pieces of shit. And then I ended up in leftist Twitter, and it was the same shit. It was just the same shit, slightly different variant. But it's just, has it always been like this, or did the divide show up after Trump got out?
No, I think it's always kind of been like this, because there's always been a level of cosplay. Like, there are some like I call them hipster liberals. Bernie Sanders convinced a lot of people that they're left when really they're just centrists.
Yeah.
And so maybe. they maybe want healthcare. Maybe. They like to say they want healthcare, but they don't want to actually do anything.
Right.
To actually fight for healthcare. Like, they want to talk about it and pretend that but they don't actually want to like put up any risk or make any attempts really whatsoever ever.
Yeah. They're liberals in training wheels, like Steve said, like pretty much, because if you think about it, like if you even go and talk about pride, right? Like, it's the same bullshit. Like, it's not that I don't love Pride and I haven't been to, like, West Hollywood is one of the best Pride parades you'll ever have, but then you'll see like Boeing with a rainbow flag, like a Chevron, all these like big like defense manufacturers or these big corporations, Amazon, and it's like it's that same mentality. It's like we're gonna co-opt these social justice movements, really not get any sort of justice, because you don't get, like, it's, you can get symbolic justice, but really economics is what does it. And so they never do anything to give these people any economic equity whatsoever. And so that's really what everybody needs. And so they just put their little fucking rainbow flags or their BLM fists on everything, but they never actually do anything to fight for it. And then they cancel you for saying that it's hypocritical and calling it out. And so then you're the bad guy for calling everybody a hypocrite, because they are, and for weaponizing this to make like America seem like they're so like woke and so much better than everybody else. And this is what the left does, even with Peru or with Colombia or with Palestine. They uplift voices that are just the typical bread, you know, white bread YouTuber, Kyle Kalinske type that literally regurgitates the same mainstream media narratives, but like with a slightly more woke language.
Hipster vibe.
Yeah.
Hipster.
And so then it's like, oh, okay, cool. And it's really frustrating seeing, like, I think that's been exposed more to your question, Skye. Like, I think the divides have been more cemented, because I think some of us are done. Like, I went from like being a Bernie supporter to fucking saying, fuck Bernie, I'm done with him. He's like,
Yeah.
he's a cock. And like he's regurgitating CIA narratives now.
Exactly.
Like you're not on my side if you're
No.
doing that. So, but people can't do that. They can't. They think like we should stay where we were like 5-6 years ago, and somehow like that would make me better. That would make me a progressive. And it's
y'all, Bernie
the
fucked
opposite.
you the fuck over. This pisses me off because I'm mad for them. Like I supported Bernie Sanders in 2016. And somebody like think like that's not a gotcha. Like I'm fully like open about the fact that I was a Bernie. And like I was hesitantly supportive of Bernie. I kind of knew who he was. I remember watching the Alan Greenspan thing in 2003, so I like vaguely followed him throughout his career. Kind of knew who he was. Like, you know, he seemed kind of cool. And when he ran, I was like, all right, well maybe this guy will be okay. It was worth a shot. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I was a Bernie supporter in 2016, but when he like left the field and didn't fight even a tiny bit for the people who just worked their asses off for him, that pissed me off. And I would say over the course of the next year or two, I tried to be sort of sympathetic to his position, but you don't fleece millions of people for millions of dollars. When I volunteered for him in 2016, people were skipping meals to send him $10 a week. I'm not kidding. Like, these people deserve better. They deserve somebody who's actually going to fight for them rather than just take their money and then walk the fuck off the field again, despite the fact that there's a multitude of evidence that supports the fact that he was cheated openly twice. Two times. WikiLeaks gave him everything he needed to put up a fight, and he refused. And now won't even talk about Julian Assange. Hasn't even mentioned his name one time since then. Not once.
I never got like why people like Mittens. I really such a
bitch Mittens.
He's such a nondescript person. Like, I swear to God, most people, Bernie was made off memes. I don't think people like really get that. Bernie was made off memes.
Yeah.
The people who like Bernie was so funny and endearing, and they made such funny memes that people projected that onto Bernie himself. But he doesn't really do shit. He's always been like,
they have a surface level understanding of who he is. They've never examined his record. They don't know that he got anti-war protesters arrested. They don't know that he said terrible things about Afeni Shakur. How he supported the F-35, which has been a ginormous money pit. Like, this dude, he voted for 2 bills that were under Clinton to invade Iraq.
Mass incarceration bill.
Yes.
For that. He also voted for pro-police bills after that, and funding the police as well, and obviously, like all of them, funding imperialism through fucking.
But they don't know that,
right? Because foreign policy was never like at the forefront of the progressive, and that was by design. Yeah, that was by design. Like, that's like the whole DSA, brand new Congress, Justice Democrat bullshit. It's always like, oh yeah, we'll say the right things on foreign policy, but we won't go into specifics because like it doesn't serve our purpose. And you have to also analyze Bernie Sanders as mayor of Burlington and who he was then, pre-1986, when he actually went out and hung
Did
out
some
with the
shit, yeah.
Russians and did things, to when he like something happened when he came into power and he literally said, I'm gonna play ball, because that's what he did. And so there's obvious, like, it just goes to show you, like, these, if you're gonna be somebody that they allow into power, either you're gonna be smeared, kicked out like Cynthia McKinney was, and like
Or
others
co-opted.
were, or you're going to have to play ball. And most of the time they end up playing ball one way or another at some point. And that's why there is no path through the electoral, like the game. There isn't. As somebody that, even I study elections, I'm telling you, even if you fix the elections, everything's great. Do you think these people are going to allow you to have a fair election with everything that weighs on you knowing? They're not going to fucking allow it, guys. There's no pathway via the electorate to this. It literally, I say that ad nauseum, and I know you guys say it, but like, I don't think people get what that means. It literally doesn't mean give Nina Turner $30 and say grow the squad.
No.
That maybe if we get more of them, we can overpower. No, you fucking can't, because you don't understand.
We need a mass
mechanisms.
awakening. We need a mass awakening. We need people to wake the fuck up and realize that this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not how it's meant to be. This is not how it has to be. There is a small group of people in power who control everything and have you scared. And they will do everything that they can to keep you scared and to keep you divided and to keep you fighting amongst yourselves, so that they can continue to rape and pillage and plunder your future and your kids' future. Like they're killing you, and you're like cheering them on.
Exactly. And
What the fuck is that? These people don't give a shit about you. No, not even your favorite. Nope, I'm talking about them too. They don't give a shit about you. These people are psychopaths. I don't think that's like hyperbolic to say. If you're drawn to a position of power like that, and you don't use it to like flip fucking tables and cause a ruckus, to quote AOC, then people are dying, and you're like, posing for selfies at girls' night out. Fuck off.
Exactly. If I had a budget, and any of us have in a budget, the last thing we're going to do is do the photo shoots that the Biden administration has done. Like, all they do is propagandize. Like, it was bad during Trump, but oh my God, man, the propaganda state it really shocked me how crazy that it has fucking hit. Like, it's just so obvious. It was bad before, but people believe that fucking Biden has the highest approval rate. Like, you really believe? Like, seriously, and the fact that, I really cannot understand. I don't really know.
They're very good, dude. The propaganda in this country, they are so good at what they do. It is, it's like, if you're interested in it, I highly recommend like looking into legitimate propaganda and like what that means, like on a real level, because a lot of people hear that and they like, but they bombard you from every angle imaginable all day long in every direction. And it's kind of incredible, but like, particularly if you want to like take small steps, look at the propaganda campaign, the decade-long propaganda campaign against Julian Assange. That is some of the most like sophisticated and well executed slandering and smearing. They've been very good, and it's been very effective. And that's what we're up against, really, is, I say it all the time, narrative management and narrative control. That's fucking everything.
It is.
This
is a direct threat to our democracy.
This is a direct threat to our lives. Period.
But it's obvious some fucking time. Like, the vaccine lotteries, like, what the fuck?
That's so creepy.
It looks fake, right? It looks like this is a play.
A cartoon.
Like, Gavin Newsom, there. Like, he fucked up our state, dude. People who aren't even Republicans hate him. Like, who are straight up Democrats hate him. He got Democrats to hate him. He got people of the hospitality industry to hate him. Like, this isn't like about hyper partisanship. This is like, he screwed the economy of California, particularly Los Angeles, the fifth largest, like, the California is the fifth largest economy in the world. Los Angeles is like one of two largest counties. And he screwed the economy of the state, and he's over there raffling tickets for for like to convince people to take a vaccine, an experimental vaccine that they even state in like the NHS and in the CDC that it's experimental, and now they're coming out, oh, by the way, yes, there were more issues regarding heart palpitations associated with that. Now they're starting to talk about shit that we were all talking about a while ago and that others were talking about over a year ago, and that's suppressed. And then you want to believe, and this is the other thing with progressives that gets me, and I don't want to get your show in trouble, but I just want to say, like, the fact that we couldn't even talk about ivermectin. I went to Peru and they literally told me ivermectin saved my life, like straight up, and we couldn't even talk about that. You couldn't even talk about hydroxychloroquine. You can't talk about any of this stuff, and yet somehow the left became so subservient and so sheepishly just like led into the slaughterhouse to just be lied to. They just want to be lied to, because I think that the lie is easier to deal with than the reality.
It is
100%. It's a fear. I mean, listen, first, just getting people to accept the fact that everything that they ever knew is a lie. That's a lot to take in. Yeah. You know, that's like a big step. Like, oh, okay, so everything's bullshit. Great. Now what? You know, you have to like rewrite things for yourself. But then to like, come on, if anything that they're suppressing that much, it's probably worth another look, you guys. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but if they don't want you to see it, I'm curious.
Exactly.
What is that? Like, what's wrong with being curious and asking questions and looking into alternate theories? And like when they shut down conversation, what the fuck? No. I don't know why anybody is ever okay with that. That's what bothers me, is this authoritarian bullshit. A lot of it coming from the left. Oh my God, there's so much of it coming from the left. Censorship, all this shit where like AOC is like sending out a mass email to her list of supporters to tell them to go and like report trolls who put out misinformation about her. Who the fuck are you to say what's misinformation? And when you're gonna send out like an army of trolls to get people suspended on Twitter for saying something that's negative against you? The fuck is that? I don't think so. An elected official shouldn't be able to use their email list for that shit. And there shouldn't, like, fuck censorship. I mean, we did a whole ass protest, fams. Fuck censorship. No, I don't know. You don't get to tell me what I can and can't say, what I can and can't read, what I can and can't know, listen to, learn, think. I mean, no, that's fucked up. I don't know why anybody's ever okay with that. It's really weird to me.
It's insecurity and fear. I mean, I will say that the theatrical propaganda is really obvious at this point. But for our child rearing, that really was the crazy thing, how they made the culture of victims and these fragile people. And that's why I think it's so easy for these people to accept the comfortable truth, is because their lives were too comfortable. Like, when you live this privileged life, it's really fucking hard to want to give that up and be like, you know what, everything's a lie, everything's about to be taken away from me, I'm about to lose all my rights, the politicians don't care, everything's going crazy, life is no, I'm going to end. And I think for people who are either just naturally smarter or just doesn't have much to lose, it can sometimes be easier to be like, it was always bullshit, I was starving, I was poor, I know this shit didn't work for me, I see my parents fucking work for all my fucking lives. I seen people in the fucking homeless. I was fucking homeless as a kid. I seen a lot of my friends were in the fucking state system. That was probably one of the biggest things for me as a child, or when I was homeless and my friends were in the system and whatever. And I would try to avoid the system. I didn't want their help because it was crazy. It was insane. Like, the people that they let have these kids and collect a check, they do horrible things to them. The fucking state fucking knows. You can fucking report it. It doesn't fucking matter. So I knew it was all fucking bullshit from the fucking down up. But I think when you're comfortable in your fucking suburbs, it's way harder to realize that, hey, nothing the way it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, I can totally speak to that. I mean, like, one of the things my parents always like pointed out was like how Americans are so easily, and no offense, but Americans are so easily like, they create drama out of the littlest things. Like, they're, you know, in a third world country, you literally don't have electricity. Sometimes you don't have like running water. You like, there are people like robbing you in the streets. I mean, this is real shit. And so like, when you come from knowing that, and then you see how some people behave here, like AOC's like whole theatrics with the trauma she experienced like during January 6th, as people are like dying or getting kicked out of their homes, don't have healthcare, all this shit that's happening, right? It's just, it's the peak of this American exceptionalism is really what it comes down to, because Americans have this tendency to make themselves the victims. I'm not saying that trauma isn't real, that people don't have issues, But a lot of the times the way we have dealt with is this victim mentality. And that has been like a whole like, oh, that's a right-wing talking point. It's a right-wing argument. I'm not saying that we have everything. Obviously, we don't have healthcare. This is by design. We're overworked, we're underpaid. We're one of the most educated, overeducated and most underpaid populations, right? It's still, it doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, when you compare your life to somebody living in Syria or somebody living in Gaza under the jurisdiction of the Israeli apartheid, like your problems are fucking nothing. And like when you cry trauma as your government is bombing and is funding the genocide of other people, it just really for
And
me, I
voting
have no
for
time
it.
for it.
Yeah. And when you're voting for it and when you're voting for policies that are going to hurt people. And are you fucking kidding me? That's what drives me nuts. And listen, you're absolutely right. Trauma is real. And I'm not discounting anybody's trauma. And it kind of pisses me off that I even have to preface my criticisms of her with saying that, because to me, it was so very obvious that that was a show. I mean, you can come for me if you want, but Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, you weren't even in the building. Right? She wasn't even in the building. I mean, come on. It's just when people are dealing with what they're dealing with right now throughout this pandemic, like you can't even get a $2,000 check, like a one-time they like cheat you on that. This is the United States of America. I say this all the time. United States of America in the year 2021, and you can't get shit. You don't have shit. We have nothing. And then you have people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wanting to cry over January 6th. I'm sorry. If you're in a position of power right now, I mean, that you should be expecting like some mad people. I'm not saying that like you should, like people should go and do an insurrection, although I'm not saying that we shouldn't either. Come the fuck on. Like what people, seriously, y'all, people are dying and we're just like just acquiescing to it. Like this is just normal. This is the way it has to be. Fuck that. This is not the way it has to be. It pisses me off because I feel like the American populace has like allowed themselves to just get beaten down. So like, this is what you're willing to accept for yourself and for your fellow Americans. I know that sounds really corny, but Jesus Christ, we deserve better than this shit. Are you kidding? This is a hot mess of a country. It is failing, and it is failing miserably. I mean, this is going to be an epic crash of an empire. You guys don't even understand how bad this shit could get. And it doesn't have to fucking be that way. It really doesn't. I mean, it never had to be that way. All it takes is just people recognizing that, we deserve better, that people in power are psychopaths. They will do anything and everything to maintain their power. And we either have to face that reality or just keep getting our asses kicked. Your choice.
I mean, I don't even know if I think the empire has to fall at this point.
It's too far gone.
I don't think something new can be created rather it's working class ran or it's another phase of the new normal. It's going to fall. It's going to be ugly. That's what I think people are trying to avoid. They rather be like, oh, well, maybe if we can get this through politicians and the system, then it won't be as ugly. But it's going to be ugly either way. And with the AOC thing, I'm not trying to provoke anything or anything. I'm a pacifist, guys. But I don't give a fuck about any trauma, AOC, real, fake, in her head. I don't give a fuck. Whatever she went through, oh well. I don't feel bad for the bitch. I don't care. I don't like politicians. They're all imperialist to me. They all fucking put money. Does she feel bad for the fucking Syrian kids? Does she feel bad for the fucking immigrants she gaslighted when they thought their family was going to get actual help? They're fucking the terrible shit that ICE fucking do. And then she sat there, used their trauma, made them think that she was going to actually implement change, fucking actually just held up someone actually doing something because all she did was fucking drag more people into electoral politics. Electoral politics, we'll vote and we'll change. Didn't do anything. Now they're back to ground zero. Does she care about all the fucking kids who were molested, raped, or their parents taken away? Like, fuck AOC. Whatever happens to her, happens to her. Fuck her. So I mean, like, people, the left is like anti-establishment. Fuck politicians. Fuck them all. And then AOC fucking makes up some trauma. Oh my gosh, guys, we need to be sensitive. We need to be sensitive.
That's my favorite thing. Like, people have like, their black flags or whatever, and they claim to be anarchists, and then you're simping for AOC. Are you fucking kidding me?
Big heart.
Yeah. They're simping for the state agencies. They're simping for the CIA. They're
pushing their rhetoric, talking about how Assad's a dictator and how China has, you know, they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, just fuck off with that shit. I'm so done. Like, you're like retweeting Bellingcat, and I'm supposed to take you seriously as a leftist? Really? I mean,
fucking
seriously,
Bellingcat.
it's just unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. I'm to the point now where I can't take any of these people seriously at all. None of them. It's painful.
Oh yeah, none. That's why I'm distancing myself from all political labels. I think artist for me was anarchist because I never cared about shit. I want to make a thread of all the times I tweeted. I don't care about left and right shit. Everyone's like, you're a right winger, you're not a real leftist. Bitch, I never said I was, because I never so many times. People put me, I got on leftist Twitter because I'm not going to name the guy, but he's like a bigger account, and he retweeted me, and because he assumed I was a leftist, because my anti-imperialist beliefs naturally fall into what the left would be if they're actually anti-establishment, and getting in left Twitter because leftists would relate to me. I never once said I spoke on leftist Twitter because I was in leftist Twitter. If I ended up in right-wing Twitter, I would talk about the hypocrisy in right-wing Twitter. Wherever I go, I'm just going to point out inconsistency in beliefs. I never said nor cared about labels because I never wanted to be associated with Western fucking leftists because they're a fucking joke. And
yeah, they are a joke.
Yeah, they are a joke.
Have you seen the meme, right? Like, it's like
Oh
the
my
wacky
God.
dragon. It's like, but that's what they are, because they go around and like they do the same thing that the Empire does, but with better language and more accepting language. It's like, you know,
like almost to a laughable point though. There's that video of the DSA meeting where they're like, oh my God, this is why y'all never get anything done. Like, listen, and I'm all about like trying to be inclusive and like help everybody. Don't fucking come for me. Like, I get all that stuff, but come on, you guys.
They focus on that, dude. They never get shit done.
And
I've been to
several poll and the
like
oh my God,
verbatim.
It's painful.
Verbatim.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
you waste like an hour doing, like, literally hours, like, oh, but this and that, and like in their effort to be so inclusive, they don't do anything done. It's
but
all
not
symbolic.
inclusive enough to talk to anybody who might be anywhere near the right.
Right.
Anybody. If
It's
you are to the
virtue
right of
signaling.
Bernie Sanders, you are an irredeemable racist who's unworthy of like conversation. That's what I find funny. They want to talk like they're all inclusive and we love everybody. We're going to fight for people we don't know, but not that guy.
Not that guy.
Fuck off. You're not a leftist.
Kill that.
Leftists want to take care of everybody.
Ashley
Leftists want
Babbitt
to
deserved to die because she was a Trumper.
Yes.
Literally, verbatim from these people. I was like,
progressive.
I was like, what? And I'm getting called a Nazi for saying that I don't think she deserved to die because she was a Trumper. Like literally getting canceled on Facebook, like by people who like I know. Like people who like know me and know like, hey, like Fiorella is not, you know, they know where I fall ideologically, but they were like, oh no, you're defending this Nazi. You must be like, it's like, wait a minute, I'm defending like I don't think
a human
should kill people. Like I don't care what they think. I don't think people should just have.
And I love that they just label everybody who voted for Trump a Nazi. I love that. 70 million people are suddenly Nazis. Just fuck off. Words fucking mean something. You know what I mean? Like words have definitions. And Trump supporters are not fucking Nazis. There's a whole lot of room in between like Bernie Sanders and an actual Nazi. Like there's a lot of people who are in there who are just as pissed off at the system as you are and who are propagandized to be mad at the wrong things and the wrong people.
Yep.
That's it. That's all that is. And writing them all off, it's so fucking counterproductive. Are you joking? And then I love it when they say, well, why are you focusing on Trump supporters? Why don't you focus on people who don't vote at all? You think all those people are just like little happy leftists? No, a lot of those people are fucking right-leaning people. Yep. And so it's the same thing. You're still going to have conversations with people you don't agree with if you ever want to get anything done. Ever in the history of
class
ever.
Revolution is going to include the working class. That's not always going to fucking be on the left, you dumbasses.
Yes.
Like the working class includes people who thought wrongly that Trump was going to save them, just like people thought that Bernie was going to save them or that X person was going to save them. Like it's what everybody fell for a fucking political figure. That's the fucking problem.
Exactly. Oh, I love you guys.
Can you imagine just like a show constantly with
oh my God, like a weekly show? That would be fun, actually.
Oh
we should make this bitch with Comrade Misty and Skye Daddy and Fiorella. It's so much better with you guys here, honestly. I mean, really. We could just like bitch with other people, like have other people come on. You guys should just come on whenever the fuck you want.
Bitch.
Yeah, that's fun. See, I told you this show's fun. Isn't this nice?
It is. being right.
Getting some shit off your chest with people who understand. It's a good time. Good family fun, really. But yeah, I mean, I'm just really over all of these ass wipes. I really am. Oh,
I just gotta say, like, look, like in their effort to be like anti-racist and anti-fascist, a lot of these people literally like look at the MCSC network. It's like one of the most diverse, but we're called like what we're called, right? Nazi, this and you can't even say anything nice about Magnus because oh my god,
no,
Magnus
I tweeted out the other day. Like somebody said that's fascist, and I said, well, duh, because I know Magnus, and anybody who knows somebody who ate at the same diner as Magnus is obviously fascist, and that's exactly where we're at. It's fucking ridiculous.
So stupid.
It is so dumb, and I'm a free speech activist. Fascists don't exactly enjoy free speech. I don't know if you know that, but that's a thing. That's not really their favorite. What the fuck are you talking about? It's the dumbest stuff. They're really dumb. This is what I'm talking about. I deserve better. We deserve better, trolls. I mean, you don't make any sense whatsoever. And they want to talk about platforming. Oh, well, you platform this person. I had a conversation with somebody. Oh my God. I'm so like, oh, I'm a fucking grown up. I can talk to people and I don't have to agree with them on everything. And we can have a conversation about stuff. And maybe we'll have some disagreements and maybe we won't. And for the most part, we can keep it civil because, I'm a grown up. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't understand these people. Like, you just want to sit in your safe space and like feel superior to everybody else. Is that your thing? Like, you want to just sit there in like your tiny little group and like feel like you're cooler than everybody else? I want to get shit done. Again, I'm coming back to that. I would like to win some shit. I want to actually have people be able to go see a doctor. I want to actually have a free Julian Assange and then a free press in the future. I would like to, I want to end wars. I really do. Like, I'm not just talking about that shit. I want to do whatever the fuck it takes. Whatever the fuck it takes. And if that means I have to work with somebody who I find otherwise kind of disgusting, I'm willing to do that. And if you want to think that that makes me a bad person, then you can think that. I don't give a fuck. But I want to get some shit done. And period. That's it.
Yeah. And if we're willing to do it, like if I'm willing to do it as a person of color, as a person that's an immigrant, as a person that's lived in a third world country, why the fuck do you feel like you can tell me what to do? Why do you feel like you can tell Nico or Skye Daddy or any of us what to fucking do? Especially when it comes to these Karens, these like, oh, that's racist. It's like, wait a minute, like you don't know what, like you're not the one putting yourself out there. Like we are. And I have had more productive conversations with some Trump supporters about elections or about this and that and said, hey, we should have said something about Bernie. We should have said something when that happened to him. We didn't say it. We should have said something. Bernie got screwed. They recognize all this fucking shit that's been going on in the system, but they're propagandized, like you said, in one way to believe on one side, whereas the other side is propagandized on the other.
And they could very easily be talked out of that. I'm telling you, I think a lot of them are just like, that's just the way they grew up. It's not really what they think. It's just kind of like the way that they are. You know what I mean? Like that's, and if you actually talk to them, I think it would be very easy to talk. I mean, like casual racists, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about actual Nazis. Like, that's a whole other fight.
Yeah.
But that's a very tiny percentage if we're being real here, fam.
Yeah.
That 80 or 70 million Trump voters are not Nazis. Y'all overuse that word like it's
lost meaning, dude.
It has entirely, like calling us fascist. Really? Fascist? Oh God damn it. We do live in a cartoon. It's not a funny one though. But yeah, like what bothers me, and this is for my fellow white people, it is your duty, in my opinion. That's our problem. And I get that it sucks. Like, I don't like racists either. But it's also, I can't imagine the level of privilege that it would take as a white person to be like, not dealing with that. It's not my problem. Fuck off. It is your problem. It's your problem to go into white spaces. You have the privilege to do that. It's your problem to talk to your family members. You don't get to just brush your hands and like walk away from it and, oh, I'm going to disown my brother because he voted for Trump. Fuck off. You need to go have a conversation with your brother. You need to go talk to your brother and explain to him why that's a bullshit position. And I don't understand why, to me, it's the height of privilege to walk away from that. I have the ability to walk into white spaces and have conversations. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at doing this or that I am always capable, because sometimes I have a very short temper and I just don't, it's not productive to enter into a conversation like that in that frame of mind. And so I'm not always able to do it successfully, but that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of your duty if you want to actually consider yourself an ally. That's the least you can fucking do, is try to handle that, deal with your own shit. That's our shit,
And I think everyone should, and idealistically, kind of like politics, the reason they have all these different characters is because everyone, even though there's a common goal, represents someone else. Bernie attracts thing, AOC attracts certain thing, Nina Turner, blah blah blah. All these people attract certain thing, but it all funnels into the DNC. And that's how movements are supposed to work. Like, no, I don't want to fucking talk to racists. I'm really good at talking right. I have no problem. I have easier, like you guys said, I'm talking to the right than I do with the left, by far. So, I mean, everyone should talk to different people. Like, I know there's very militant Black people, Black liberation movement, who aren't going to be able to talk to people on the right because of the way they go about, their pro-Blackness. That's fine. But then there's someone like me who gets along with people on the right all the fucking time, and I've lived around country white people my whole fucking life. Yeah, I lived in the hood, I lived in a trailer park, military. Like, I was always around a lot of country fucking white people, poor Black people. So I'm very comfortable around poor fucking Black people or poor white people. So it's easy for me to talk between these two groups. So I understand if you haven't grown up in that, maybe that. But why fucking hate on me who has that ability? And that can help all of our causes, I mean, for fuck's sake, these people got mad because I said I don't hate people. Like, literally, it was a thing on the Twitter. I said I don't hate every white person. I don't believe in hating working class based off just the fact that they're white. I'm like, okay, let them do something. There's so much shit that white people do. Why just project onto an innocent person? Like, if you want to hate white people, there's anything to do. And these people fucking got so upset. I was all type of biracial bitch and coon and all that shit. I mean, for me, I'm from I like the old type humor, so I don't care. Even if it's happening to me, shit be funny to fucking me, because I just fucking talk about whatever. But I mean, it's sad that people are so divided, propagandized. And the worst thing is, like, fuck you. Like, I'm working with class people, but these people are begging the oppressors, fucking these cracker ass fucking oppressors, the real white supremacists, for fucking help. Stop killing us. Stop doing this. Please vote for Biden. Segregationist, a fucking, the
Captain Crime Bill.
I know Captain Crime Bill, but because I'm willing to work with working class people who didn't cause mass incarceration,
right?
I'm the fucking one. And it's just so.
That's the funny thing about people who support the squad and you all support actual authoritarianism.
Exactly.
All the time. Like, you vote for it, you phone bank for it. I mean, AOC is authoritarian. Like, her views on censorship and that's some authoritarian shit. And you're calling me fascist?
Yeah.
I mean, take a look in the mirror, you guys.
Oh.
Find one, look in it. Seriously, it's the hypocrisy and I think that's part of their shtick, actually. It's the projection.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of the projection. But yeah.
Reach the propaganda. I don't think we can. The reason they got like this was a massive amount of propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
How you top when they're censoring us all the time. We don't have their budget. We don't have their celebrities. We don't have their subconscious hold that they use.
We're this close to losing it all. Like, as far as narrative control goes. I mean, if they are allowed to extradite Julian Assange, that means that the United States now has global jurisdiction over journalism and information.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And we're this close. Like, people, what I find the most frustrating is, like, it's not only that I can't get people to give a shit, there are people on the left actively cheering this shit on. And I don't even know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that.
It's been great, the left, but
This is why
We
seriously
just hate on the left, guys. Why do we just hate on the left? Why don't we ever talk about the right?
No, okay, we can talk about the right, but the right is not the problem. That's not the
Exactly.
problem. The gatekeepers to progress right now are Democrats. Period. End of fucking story. That's
Well,
the gatekeepers.
It's
They're
almost
the
more
ones-
nefarious, right?
Yes,
Like the squad and
100%.
progressives, like the DSA and all these people, because they keep conning people into believing that there is a solution inside the system to actually help them. Whereas, like, when you look at Republicans, you're like, okay, well, we know where they stand. But with these people, they give you false hope. And that false hope perpetuates the impending doom of the empire. Like, you're still trying to fix and salvage something that cannot be salvaged.
They're
So in a
leading
way,
you into your
that's
own
dangerous.
demise. They're
More
leading you
dangerous.
into your own demise. Like the Bernie Sanders and the AOCs, like they are legitimately taking you by the hand and leading you into your own destruction.
Yeah.
That is what's happening.
They're caressing you into your own
yes,
destruction.
yes. Like they're sweet talking you into it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Follow me. And that they're destroying us. And that's what's happening. And I don't understand why that's even controversial to say. It's so fucking obvious. It's so fucking obvious. Look at what they're doing. Just objectively, take a deep breath, step back from all of your bullshit and all of your like fan, like where you think of them in a certain way. Shake all of that off, please. I am begging you. Just take a deep breath, shake it off, and look at it objectively. They haven't done shit for you. Nothing. There's performances. Every once in a while, they will throw a bone your way, like a shiny little object to take a look at and feel like you made a difference. And it's all bullshit. It's surface level nonsense. And that's how they keep pulling you in, and it is killing you. And that's what it's so frustrating to me. Then you're cheering those people on, like, and sending them money and voting for them and like volunteering your time. And it's so depressing. It's really depressing. And that's what's happening. But I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you are.
I'm such the asshole because I'm calling those people out for what's actually happening. They don't do shit for you. They promise a lot. And they get your hopes up and they make you think that they're fighting for you. When in actuality, they are capitulating at every turn. They are capitulating. Yeah, it is an abusive relationship. But they are capitulating. They're selling you out at every turn. And people are dying because of it. And you're still cheering them on. It's just weird. It's weird to me.
Until people want truth over validation, because again, it's into every fabric of the society's psychology. Until you can't offer truth to someone who just wants validation, and they're selling validation, nobody wants to fucking accept this shit, So I mean, I don't really know. Pro communes. That's just how I'm living my life. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, guys, I'm just trying to get some money, build a commune for my people who don't.
Oh, your audio is breaking up a little bit, Skye.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. No, it was just cutting out a little bit there. It has been off and on, but it was just getting kind of bad.
Yeah, my fucking internet's. Thank God I'm moving, but sucks here.
Dude, I relate to that so hard. I just got like decent internet recently, and I was thrilled.
You were cheering about that.
I was literally cheering. It was painful. It was painful. Anyways, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Good. But I'm just pro commune. I'm just trying to build commune.
Yeah.
Who don't
I mean, that's really like the only thing that we can that's left at this point, because shit, you're right.
Mutual aid.
Empire is falling. Yeah. Please, guys, I'm not kidding. If you can get involved in mutual aid in any way, please do it. Find somewhere to volunteer or just do some shit on your own, like Rome does. Go buy some stuff at the Dollar General or whatever, and then go give it to people, or go buy gas for somebody, or what the fuck ever you can do, because that's we got us. Nobody's coming to help. There's nobody coming to save us. And it's going to come down to taking care of your neighbors. I don't mean to get all preachy, but that's like legitimately where we're headed. We're kind of already there. Actually, but I mean, mutual aid is like it's the only thing that will save us. We have to take care of each other.
And that's why I hate the victim mindset, because capitalism is unfair. Like, all this shit fucking sucks. It's horrible. But someone does figure out a way to increase their income to help the less fortunate, then we're all just going to be victims when this shit's going to fall, and no one's going to be able to help anyone. Like, people aren't even trying. They just let themselves be fucking beaten down, and they're just waiting on UBI, $15 an hour. Like, fuck all that. Like, figure something out. Especially if you're able-bodied. Like, that shit pisses me fucking off. Like, I have all this shit going on, and that shit, I'm still about fucking shit and find a way to help other people. And there's people who are able-bodied and they have from a better situation, and they're in their fucking parents' house. They don't have to pay bills. They have a situation where they can stack up money, find a fucking way to do something, and they're not doing shit. And it's this victim mentality. And behind inclusiveness, that's why I hate inclusiveness. Everything is for you. There's people who follow me that are in wheelchairs, and they understand, like, hey, this is how I would go contributing to the movement. And I wouldn't, like, there's people, and they have a great spirit. Like, it's not being handicapped or having disabilities or having mental problems, because there's plenty of people with all those things, and they're badasses. They're fucking just doing it through life. They're way more than people who are able-bodied. And it's because of the victim fucking mindset. Like, it's the inclusiveness is, you have to want to be inclusive as well. It's a two-street. So how can I fit in this situation, and how can I benefit? Yeah, people don't reciprocate. They just I want to validate it. I want to feel like this. I want to feel superior. And until people focus on reciprocation and actually trying to help each other, like, I've never seen so many selfish communists and socialists in my life. Seriously.
Yeah. And they have to realize we have more common with each other, wherever you fall on your ideology, than you have with any of these politicians that you simp so hard for. With any of these, and that goes for the world too. It's not even just America. It's like,
yes, we need a global solidarity movement against empire.
Exactly.
Period. That's the fight. I don't know why that's controversial either. Like, that's the fucking fight. There's like, relatively speaking, a handful of people who are fucking shit up for everybody else. That's really, and we need to, like, come together against that. And then we can deal with our disagreements later. Jesus fucking Christ. We can't even have conversations about, like, economic theory. Like, are you kidding? We don't even we shouldn't even be having those conversations.
Yeah.
You can't have that conversation right now. It doesn't make any sense. First of all, you're not even dealing with the truth. Julian Assange talks about this all the time. No political theory is worth a damn, because we don't deal with actual facts. Stuff's hidden from us. We have no idea what's actually going on. Like, we don't handle the truth. There is no truth in our society. Everything's like, behind the scenes, and it's hidden, and it's shady, and it's all, classified, and all this bullshit. So nobody's operating with truth. And how the fuck are you supposed to make good decisions, if you don't actually have the facts in front of you? And it's fucking ridiculous that you want to talk about some economic theory when y'all, you don't have shit right now.
It was a different time, and also it's just fucking stupid. Like, it's about. We're not gonna be fighting over capitalism versus communism in the gulag. Like, guys,
well, we might get bored one day. You never know. We might get bored, and we might have a discussion. You don't know. How the fuck are you gonna predict that shit, man? You don't know what we're gonna be talking about in the gulag. I hope we're in the same gulag, guys. Seriously.
Gulag failed. And
it'll be lit. You know it will be.
You failed. They ain't taking me to the gulag. I never.
No, I get that. No, but seriously, that's where it's just it seems so silly to me. My enemy wears a $5,000 suit and sits in a boardroom. That's my enemy. It's not my neighbor. And yeah, some of my neighbors are assholes, and some of them are racist, and some of them are sexist, and some of them are pieces of shit, and some of them there's a lot of people. I can't even deal with that yet, because we live in an unbelievably oppressive system, and all of that is like surface stuff. And that's not to discount racism or sexism or, dealing with assholes or any of that stuff. Like, that's all important stuff. But that should tell you something, that we can't even have those conversations yet because of what's happening to us. You're being crushed by your government daily. And it's just little by little, they're taking more and more and more and more. And you're losing everything. And maybe they're not even taking it. A lot of this shit you're handing away. You're handing over to them. Like, giving it away freely. It's unbelievable.
We're living in a golden prison. It's like a golden cage with nice luxuries that distract you. But really, it's still a prison. And that's what these people need to realize. It's like the allegory of the cave. You're living in this fictional reality that isn't real. And when I say the Matrix, I mean that. Like, you are living in an alternate reality that isn't real. And you need to see beyond the propaganda and the narrative management and start listening to people trying to tell you that. Don't call them conspiracy theorists. What is that whole term anyway? It was invented by the CIA. Everything you have been taught up until this point has been a lie. And when you realize that, it is very, very difficult. It's called cognitive dissonance to really come to terms with it. But it is a step you have to take. It's like a step for an addict. It's like the first step you have to take is admitting that this is a really big problem and we're not going to resolve anything until we admit that this is what's
deal with reality. Take a deep breath. I know it's hard, but I need people to do that because that's the only thing that's going to save us. You know, like I said, a mass awakening. We need a mass awakening. We need people to wake the fuck up, please. And I know that that's very cliche too. Like, wake the fuck up, but wake the fuck up, please. I mean, if you still think that like Joe Biden is the president and he's making decisions, or if you still think the AOC is on your team, or if you still think that Republicans and Democrats hate each other and they're not actually working hand in hand, I mean, come on, please, I'm asking you to just try, like, just take a deep breath and try, because we need that desperately. It really is very much like the Matrix. And it instead of manufacturing consent, they're manufacturing reality. And that's where we're at now. That's the level of propaganda we're at now. It's not just manufacturing consent. They are now manufacturing your reality. And that's scary. And it's just getting worse by the day. And there's just I don't even know. Like, again, this is one of those things I get really mad at myself because I can't find the fucking words. I cannot find the words to get people to realize how dire this is.
It's not.
Are there words?
No, you just gotta accept it, and you gotta be like, you know what? I can help the people who are trying and who are willing. But at the end of the day, I mean, look at everything that's going on. Like, these people, if they haven't known by now, like, if they actually think this obvious propaganda is real, like, my more concern is with the people who know. Like, if you know this shit's going down for what it is, stop sitting on your ass. Stop hoping. You know what it is. Take action. Like, take action. Whatever it is, get your shit in order. Try to move closer to other people, like-minded people. Try and save your money. Try and move into other places with people.
Learn to grow food.
Learn to grow food. Grime it out. Try and get to the rural areas. Like, do the best you can to
come to Ohio. It sucks here, but there's a lot of farmland still. Seriously. I got 5 acres. You can come buy it. I mean, but they're buying it up quick.
Yeah,
they're buying it up quick.
Learn skills, man, because if you don't have money, other people have land. Maybe
learn to sew. Sewing's a good one. Learn to fix cars, work on stuff like that. Just whatever you can do. Because we're gonna have to lean on each other a lot. And if you can like trade goods and services, that helps so much, man.
Exactly. Don't when we're trading, because that is going to happen. We're going to be bartering. We're going to be leaning on each other. And if all you did was sit there like a bitch in terror this whole time, and you knew what was going to happen, and you didn't make yourself a use to someone else, like, you're going to regret that shit. And I know everyone's like, I know I'm a harsh person, but at the end of the day, fuck it. Like, this world is coddling you. Everyone's coddling you. And I see so much coddling. It's not helping people. I was, the best thing that ever happened to me was to get over my own bullshit. Like, you know what? Life happens. I'm so happy that I grew up in a situation that I wasn't in pain by myself. Like, it sucks. Like, the hood, everyone's fucked up. It's not just me. I wasn't the only person in pain. I realized that pain is widespread. So be a use to do something, because this shit is going down and it's fucking crazy. But have fun with it as well. That might sound fucking weird, but it's what
you have to
have fun with this shit.
Yeah. We talk about that all the time, like just gallows humor and shit. Like you have to. Like, I have to find the shit. Like when Joe Biden gets up there and talks about how would it? Oh my gosh, can you imagine if people thought that the United States interfered with elections? Clutch my pearls. Like, that's fucking hilarious. Are you kidding me? I have to laugh at that shit.
When he gets lost walking through the cafe, right? I mean,
at the G7. Come on. This dude is not running shit.
Exactly.
Stop playing. That dude is not running shit. He cannot even like compose a sentence. He is not your president. Barack Obama wasn't your president. Donald Trump wasn't your president. Those people are nothing more than figureheads. They're actors. This is like really they're like selling you a reality TV show, kind of. Like, they're putting on a performance for you as they slaughter you and murder you. So they're like, I mean, at least they're nice enough to entertain us while we go down, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's all that is. That's like all that shit is just theater. Those people are not in control. They're owned by lobbyists and corporations, and they do as they're told. And politicians are owned and operated by the exact same people. There may be slight variations here and there. Maybe somebody takes more oil money than somebody else. Maybe somebody else takes more pharmaceutical money than somebody else.
You got to play that opposition, that tug of war.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there has to be a heel and the nice guy. And that's how the theater works. That
Good
has
cop,
to be
bad cop.
Yeah, it's good cop, bad cop. But they're owned and operated by the exact same people, and they don't give a shit about you. George Carlin told you this shit decades ago. Well, I can't believe we still have to be having this conversation. Dude knew like forever ago. I don't know why we're still doing this. It's painful to me, honestly, because it's become so obvious, and I think that's greatly due to like social media and the internet. But because it's harder for them to hide now. Everybody's got a fucking everybody's got a camera. I mean, we can record cops now, and this shit's existed forever. It's just now we all have cameras.
Yep.
And I think that's why there's been such like a hardcore crackdown on censorship and shit, because they're trying desperately to figure out how to control that aspect of things. Because I think it got away from them. But yeah, George Carlin's been telling you this shit for fucking decades, and we're still here.
And Epstein didn't kill himself.
No, Epstein didn't kill himself. Epstein didn't fucking kill himself. So ridiculous. Oh, let's talk about that though, because that's another thing. That's another level of propaganda that needs to be exposed. The whole Pizzagate thing, that was kind of like a psyop invented to make talking about pedophilia within elite circles taboo. Now, if you talk about it, you're labeled as you're a Pizzagator, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're crazy. Like, what are you, a QAnoner? Like, that's how that propaganda works. And so that was a psyop to make it so that it became taboo to talk about child pedophilia within elite circles, which we absolutely know is happening right fucking now. It is happening. And anybody who doubts that is just blind to it.
They're just wrong. They're flat out fucking wrong, dude. It happens all the time. And like, I know you have kids, and I have younger siblings. Like I care about children being exploited, and they're so all you have to do is literally look at the media and look at like Hollywood to know that that's a fact.
There's a documentary, speaking of Hollywood, there's a documentary called An Open Secret about the child pedophilia in Hollywood and about how all of that stuff goes down, and how there's parties for young boys at mansions, and agents are there and all their creepy, gross friends, and children get raped and abused. And it's unfucking believable. And it's not like we don't know, like they're like documentaries made about it. There's been times where there's been court cases this is not like me making shit up. This happens all the time, but they get you to think you can't talk about it and you can't bring it up. That's what Pizzagate was for. And that's how that propaganda works, because now people are afraid to even bring it up, because then you get made fun of. And we can't talk about that. Fuck that. We should be talking about that. There's child pedophilia happening right now in elite circles. People who are in positions of power are right now abusing children. That's happening. Come for me if you want.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. That's really just what's happening. But that's how propaganda works. And they do that with a lot of things. It's not just Pizzagate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what January 6th was about. That's what QAnon was about. Yeah. I mean, all of these things. It's
can't question elections, can't question child sex trafficking, it's just all those things now are right-wing narratives. Oh, like censorship is good now. Otherwise, you want to let fascists talk? Oh, that's not allowed. They weaponize everything. They put little sprinkles of truth in their little fucking psyops, and that's all QAnon was. And then you have BlueAnon, and like it's all just manipulation, psyops to get everybody psyched out against each other, believing in whatever side tells them what to believe in. And at the end of the day, none of these issues are ever resolved because you're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, it's narrative management and it's manufacturing reality. That's what they're doing. They're using emotional manipulation to make you think certain things and believe certain things. And, it's sick. It's sick. But I just don't think a lot of people are ready for that conversation.
No, probably not.
Yeah, it's a little too deep for some people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my God, saying that your vote doesn't count is too deep for these people.
Oh, your vote doesn't count, bitches.
Sorry.
Your vote doesn't count.
It doesn't.
It doesn't count.
We have selections, not elections.
No, your vote means absolutely. And listen, even like maybe some local shit. If you go vote for like your school board or whatever, maybe, and that just depends on your location and if it's like completely corrupted yet. But most local stuff is still, corrupt in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It goes deep. Like the corruption runs deep. Our system is completely broken, 100%, irretrievably. It's over. Electoral politics ain't it. Ain't it, fam? Just not going to do it. I would much rather, and I'm not telling anybody what to do. If you want to go do electoral politics, I mean, do you, but you're wasting your time. I'm just going to tell you that. You're just wasting your time. It's not, you're not going to get anything out of that effort or money. And I'd much rather see people put their time, money, and effort into like mutual aid and, trying to build something outside of the system because it's going to collapse. This is untenable. This is not a sustainable system.
It's going to collapse. And either you're going to be prepared or you're not going to be prepared. And if we are prepared, we're better going to be able to take control of what comes next. But if you're not prepared, if you're going to sit there waiting for somebody to save you, then we're fucked. So we need you to get fucking prepared. Like Skye Daddy said, like grow some balls or some vaginas because vaginas are strong and like fucking go out there, get your shit together. Get your fucking shit together. Get ready. We're not trying to be nihilistic. I think there's like this idea that we're just like, but like realistically, if like we see what's happening, we see what's coming. We've been talking about what's coming. Everything that like Orwell talked about, that Huxley talked about, that Philip K. Dick talked about. These people who wrote he's the guy that wrote Minority Report. All these things, true crime, pre-crime, all of that shit is happening. We are not exaggerating. We're not just yelling here because we would rather be doing other fucking things right now. It's like 90 degrees. I'd love to be by a pool right now. Like, no, it's like this shit is happening right now and we have to be prepped for it. It's going to happen whether we are or not. So fams, get your shit together.
It really is just happening. And it's kind of exhausting that people are still denying like where we're headed. I mean, it doesn't get much more obvious. I don't think. It's really frustrating to me that we still have people like clinging to Nina Turner's going to save us. Fuck off. I wish I could be more patient with these people, but I'm just out. I'm out. We've been having this conversation and I'm tired. Honestly, I'm really just fucking tired. And that's what this whole Julian Assange thing's about too, though. I mean, they want to control your ability to know things so that, again, this is all like interconnected. I'm so like lost for even how to talk to these people. I really am. I'm really like at a loss for words at this point. Because still clinging to this shit at this point, it just seems I don't know what that is. There's some kind of psychology behind it. There has to be some kind of, I think people are just desperate, I think is really, and a lot of people just cling to, they need something to believe in. Yeah. But you're going to have to like look at yourself and believe. That sounds so corny, but believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. And
yeah, I mean, you can't, none of these people are coming to save you or help you in any way. Not an ounce. They're not going to do anything for you at all. Like they may accidentally, like, again, throw you like a couple bones here and there, like some like literal trickle down from some shit that they wrote to give their rich friends more money. You may get like some weird, like kickoff benefit to that, but they're not coming to do anything for you in any real substantive way. And like the first step is just like realizing that and moving past it. Just move past it. Electoral politics ain't it. That's not ever going to be the change maker ever. I'm tired of even having the conversation. And people will be like, oh, let's do an inside out. No, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It's over. It's fucking over. The Democratic Party ain't doing shit for you. The Green Party ain't doing shit for you. The system is broken. Your third party doesn't mean shit. Your Movement for a People's Party don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. The system is broken. You are never going to be able to get any kind of foothold in the system for the people, period. It is going to have to come down. It's going to have to come down. The system's got to come down.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I have a question completely unrelated, but I've never got this. What the fuck type of political map are people using? Because everyone's all like, they're to the left of them, to the right of them. And like, is anyone using the anti-authoritarian fucking matrix? Because every time I hear people talking about they're left of me, like the goal is to be as far left as possible and left is good and everyone needs to be as left as possible. I just never got that shit. What the fuck is going on with that terminology? I've never quite gotten it.
You mean like the quadrant thing? Is that what you're talking about? The quadrant?
Yeah,
okay.
I use quadrant. That's why I started using, down is anti-authoritarian, to the left is anarchist. Right.
All that shit's just dumb anyway, honestly. It's like, to me, it's like a BuzzFeed quiz.
Why is it a goal to be to the left, though?
Because that's what the cool kids do. That's really all it is.
It's really right now the fight is authoritarianism versus fascism.
I mean, shit doesn't matter.
The closer, or fascism, authoritarianism versus like a more freedom.
Like how low are you?
Yeah, it would be tight, like libertarian, but it's not even libertarian. Whatever it is, it's like free, independent thinking, whatever. And like I think that like too many people have been focused on only the left, right? When really. Like the fight right now is bottom up, right? Like if either one person's going to have centralized power, one type of government, and you can have that with communism, you can have it with capitalism, you can have it with anything, because you can be an authoritarian communist regime. You can. And like people need to realize, like some of us, this is why I think we fight with that faction of the left, because we're anti-authoritarian. And I don't give a shit how left you are. If you're an authoritarian, I don't want you at all around me. I don't want you dictating my thoughts, because that's fascism. And for me, that is imperialist. That is just evil. We're human beings. I believe in a collective of humans. I believe in working together with my fellow humans. That doesn't mean that I am going to dictate what you should think or what you should think. Like I think that people have fucked up that divide. Dynamic.
That's the divide. That right there, that like the people who hate us, that's the divide. That really is. It's they are authoritarian leaning or just straight up authoritarian, and they're more imperialist sympathetic, and that's the divide. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I'm an anti-authoritarian that like to the highest degree, and I'm an anti-imperialist to the highest degree. I'm not. And that is the divide. I think that's like I saw somebody, I think it was Glenn Greenwald tweeted about something AOC said or something. And he called them the soft left. And I like that. I still like hipster liberals better, or liberals with training wheels, whichever. But soft left is good too. And that's really what it is. They're really just like little authoritarians who are kind of liberal, like socially and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're not like, they don't even, that really is the divide. They're not anti-authoritarian in any way. And some of them cheer on what's happening to Julian Assange. They like to throw deep state smears at him still. And what's funny is they don't ever want to argue on substance. They just throw the smears out. And those people are so obvious. You're so transparent.
Cough, cough, TYT, cough.
Yeah. Oh, we should bitch about TYT. Somebody asked me if we were going to talk about that. And I was like, it'll probably come up because it's funny.
Well, there's just a prime
funny. It's fucking funny.
Literal prime example.
Yes, it's hella entertaining. I mean, listen, I don't think you should distract yourself too much with it, but it is really fucking funny to watch that. Like they're just fall from grace or whatever. It's been happening for a long time over the course of several years, but like this, like the death whales are glorious. It is amazing to watch. And Jimmy Dore. I mean, listen, I have my issues with Jimmy Dore. I mean, for sure. But I am enjoying watching him enjoy this. He fucking earned it. They treated him like shit. And he's been right. This dude's like a stoner comedian, and he's been right about all of this stuff. And he is just now dismantling them. I was watching him earlier with Aaron Matei. Once again, they said like they were getting called out for not having done like literally any journalism on Syria whatsoever. Like they just don't talk about it. And then they were trying to like shit on Aaron Matei, who's, I have my issues with him too, but he's been great on Syria. And it's just funny because Jimmy Dore said they're just dismantling. Like they had, like they were like, yeah, well, we'll have a reporter from Syria. They had some guy on who Aaron said has like literally 4 paragraphs of journalism on Syria. That's it. 4 paragraphs. That's his expertise. And that's who they have on. Are they kidding? Like, did they not think that people would like look into this guy's credentials and like figure out who he was? And 4 paragraphs, that's who you have on to debunk Aaron Matei? Really? But they won't have Aaron Matei on, of course. That they could just do that, that's an option, but no, they won't do that because he would dismantle them as he's been doing on Jimmy Dore, and it's been really fucking glorious to watch. And the whole sexism thing, or the sexist joke, man, that shit pisses me off. That's gross, bitch. That's gross. I'm sure you guys have seen by now the videos that from TYT's past where she's literally like there's one where Vanessa Hudgens, her phone got hacked or something happened. And it's basically like revenge porn, right? She's 18 years old at the time, and they show the picture during the segment and then discuss it. And then Jinx proceeds to like victim shame this 18-year-old girl who had revenge porn stolen from her. But they want to talk about Jimmy Dore making a joke. Really? And there's like video after video after video. It's disgusting. And she participated. Yes, she openly participated in this shit. Like, she wasn't like some innocent bystander who's like, oh, like in a group of like gross guys and she can't speak up for herself. No, she openly participated. Like, she's like evaluating Britney Spears' cooch, as she called it. It's fucking gross. And you want to use sexism like that as a weapon against Jimmy Dore when it's fucking convenient for you? All you're doing is hurting women. Fuck off with that shit. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Fuck you, Anna Kasparian. How about that? We can meme that shit. Fuck you. Meme that shit, because fuck you, Aaron Matei. No, fuck you, Anna Kasparian.
Young fucks.
Yeah. Oh, Roger Waters. I fucking love that man. Dude, is there anybody cooler than Roger Waters?
He's fucking awesome. He was one of my first introductions into like him and Pink Floyd. Like they're like that whole fucking music. Like I was like, damn, this shit.
That's a journey. That's not music. That's a journey. Pink Floyd's it's a fucking experience. It's not just music. He's cool as fuck though. I don't think there's anybody cooler than Roger Waters. I can't think of anybody. But yeah, the young fucks melting down has been highly entertaining. The young fucks. I can't do his accent. I'm not even gonna try because it's embarrassing. But yeah, that has been really glorious.
Yeah,
I mean, just watching their demise. It's been so obvious. The Jeffrey Katzenberg money, they try to pretend like it was an investment. It's not going to influence us.
So read Robbie Yeager's article. Because he talks even deeper, more.
Huge shout out to Robbie Yeager. He has a new Substack. You guys should go subscribe to that shit. He's the best political finance reporter in the business working right now. And he works his ass off. So go subscribe to the Substack, support him if you can. And go read his article. It's like from 2018 too. He's been I've been calling him out. Nico's been calling him out since like 2017. I've been calling him out since like 2018. Like a lot of people have been calling him out for a long time. I'm really happy that they've been so thoroughly exposed now. I think they're done. Do you guys think they can come back from this? I don't think they can.
I can, just because people are so fucking stupid and they have.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You're
probably right.
You're right.
They're going to try to rebrand themselves or whatever.
Exactly. People will forget and it'll come up cyclically, but they'll be back in no time.
They have all the money. So
that's true. They do have a lot of money. I mean, when you're owned by corporations, and I mean, if you continue to watch them, share them, support them, you are doing so now with the full knowledge that they are propaganda pieces of shit. Like they are propagandists. It's no longer a question. I think that's been thoroughly exposed at this point.
Yep.
This whole Syria thing, I think, is like nail in the coffin on that. There's no more discussion to be had. There's just really not that there really was to begin with. I mean, when Anna's giving like a knob slobbing interview to Madeleine Albright, it's pretty clear that they're done. How the fuck are you going to pretend to be progressive and go give an interview to Madeleine Albright and say, oh, it's an honor to be here with you. I'm so pleased to be here with you. Fuck off.
I wanted her to answer my questions, so I was really polite.
Really? No. That's the problem. She just explained the problem. Your access journalism bullshit. You're not a journalist. You're a propagandist. You are a mouthpiece for power. And I don't think I don't know if she's bright enough to understand that that's what's happening.
She teaches at a school.
She does. And she teaches journalism.
Blows my mind, dude. But then again, look at our education system.
Look at our journalism schools. Talk to Sam
Yeah.
about that. Sam
yeah.
from News Dive, we did an interview with him, and he's like kind of fresh out of, a couple years out of journalism school, and it is
It's PR.
It is 100%. It's like they're it's an assembly line of propaganda. Like they're just like kicking out propagandists. Like you go and do as you're told, and this is what you cover, and it's very access journalism, and it's all. Look at it. Look at the results. The media in this country is one of the greatest threats that we face.
Yeah, the propaganda is the worst shit ever. I want to be pessimistic. I just don't understand. I don't see how these people waking up from the propaganda. I see a few people. Shout out to the people who are actually delusion, but damn,
it is really bad.
Oh.
It is really bad. They're really good at it. That's the problem. Is they're very, very good at it. It is very like sophisticated, the manner in which, and Noam Chomsky, it's, I have my problems with Noam Chomsky. God knows.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Noam, stop talking, please. Seriously, I have to bitch about this a little bit. Like, no, I got a special place in my heart for Noam Chomsky. He was hugely influential. He's like a huge piece of like my radicalization. Without Noam Chomsky, I may not be who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like he was very influential. But Jesus fucking Christ, shut up. Stop talking. Just stop talking.
It always happens though.
I know.
Intellectuals, right? Like they're out of touch now. They don't, even Cornell West, right? Like to a degree, like they're out of touch. They don't live in the reality that we live in. So it's harder for them. Even Angela Davis, you could talk about her. Like it just happens. This is why you don't put these people
don't have heroes. Yeah. Never. Like Chomsky's never been a hero, but it is still like really, it's more just depressing. Like, just stop, shut up, please just shut up. Just let me remember Noam Chomsky, like, when he was cool, and just stop talking. It's just really painful. Yeah. I don't know, but you're right. A lot of people, and I think that's a little bit of what happened to Bernie Sanders. It's like, once you reach a certain level of privilege, it's really hard for you to have any sympathy or empathy with what's happening outside of your influence or your point of privilege. Yeah. And it's a problem. And that's why our political system's so broken. You can't, like, they try to pass off AOC as like, oh, she's just some bartender. She interned for Ted fucking Kennedy. She's not just some bartender. Like, that's not real. That's not real. And they try to play it off like, oh, if you're just some bartender, you can go run for Congress. That's not how it works, you guys. You have to, anybody that you're going to, especially running against Joe Crowley, come on, they're not just letting anybody have that seat. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
that's just not going to happen.
That was by design.
Yes. Yeah. Come call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm sure that's coming.
Oh yeah,
but that's all by design.
She was elected by the people.
No, she did a very impressive cosplay.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. She was convincing. Like, I donated to her campaign. I was like, all right, why not?
I fundraised for her.
Yeah.
Entertaining. I feel like she overacted that.
Oh yeah, no. But in the beginning, she was better. In the beginning, she was better. She wasn't as like her acting coach. I've said this. I've tweeted this out. Take it down a couple notches, because she is so obvious. That's what I'm talking about. Like the January 6th stuff. It's so like it's a lot of overacting. But the dramatic speeches on the floor with her hands going everywhere, and it's a speech. It's a fucking, you're not gonna do jack shit. It's all theater. It's all drama. She's an actress, and she's one of the better ones. I'll give her that. She's not Obama good, huh?
She's better than Kamala.
She is. Oh my God, Kamala Harris. Oh,
like, if that doesn't do it for you, I don't know what will.
Right? Like, she's scary, actually. Yeah. She freaks me out. Yeah. There's nothing there.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing there, man.
Come on.
She freaks me out. Hillary freaks me the fuck out. Y'all, that is next level psychopathy. That woman is not right.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck. She just does not care.
Listen, I am not suicidal in any way. What? If something happens to me, you know what I'm saying?
Same. Hashtag we didn't kill ourselves.
Yeah. Hashtag Comrade Misty didn't kill herself. Exactly. I need it on a shirt. Yeah, there's nothing there. She's not working with shit. There's no humanity. Come on. Hillary Clinton, there's no humanity there. None whatsoever. We came, we saw, he died.
Seth Rich was he was robbed though. There was nothing there.
Yeah, no, let's bitch about Seth Rich. That's always fun. Good fun for the whole family. I don't even want to fucking hear about this shit. First of all, I'm a true crime nerd. I know, like, it's weird. Like, I'm really into the psychology of it. I love true crime, and that shit's fucking interesting. I don't even care. You can't, like, that's another thing that they've made taboo. It's like Pizzagate. You can't talk about Seth Rich. If you talk about Seth Rich, you are a conspiracy theorist. You're Looney Tunes. You're, whatever. That's fucking interesting. A DNC employee walking home at night in a very nice, wealthy neighborhood in Washington, D.C., with a very nice watch on and his wallet and all the stuff, is gunned down, shot in the back 4 times, nothing stolen. And I'm to believe that it's a botched robbery and not ask any more questions. And if I ask any more questions, then I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist. Fuck off. I'm going to ask questions about that shit, and I'm going to wonder what happened to him, and I'm going to, have conversations about it. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad. I'm done with that shit. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's fucking interesting. And especially given the fact that it's right around the time that releases from WikiLeaks come out from the DNC. And I'm not saying that Seth Rich was the WikiLeaks source. I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. If I had to take a guess, I would say that that's a very high likelihood. I would say it's a very high likelihood. Julian Assange made mention of it in an interview. He's not a dumb guy. He didn't do that. Like, there was a reason for him to have done that. There's a reason for him to have implied it. And I would say that it's a pretty high likelihood that that's what happened. Come for me if you want, but that's just my opinion on it. And I don't think that it's wrong to ask questions. And especially given the fact that Julian Assange has never gotten it wrong. WikiLeaks has never had to retract anything. I trust him a lot more than I trust the United States government. That's for damn sure. Like, that's for sure. I trust WikiLeaks as a news source more than I think anybody. They've never gotten it wrong. Show me another publication or news outlet that has that kind of record. I'll wait.
Same.
I'll wait. Show me one. I don't know of any. And this is over like 12 years. Never gotten it wrong. That's fucking impressive. Give credit where it's due. I don't give a fuck. You can hate Julian Assange if you want to, but that's impressive. That's really good to be able to maintain that level of quality. And it's not like some talking head, like giving his opinion. This is source documentation. This is like as close to science as you can get for journalism. It's just, here's the facts. This is what the information, this is the source documentation. It's been authenticated. It's 100%. It's legit. Here's the information. You read through it and you decide. And that to me is invaluable. That's just straight up cold, hard fact. And people don't want to fight for that. It's really weird to me. It's depressing.
Yeah.
Society can be, for sure.
It's like a tendency to operate from who is this person? What's their ideology before the truth? And that's how a lot of journalists operate now. It's like, it's not about the truth. It's about, oh, does this fit what I already believe in? Does it fit my narrative? Does it fit the propaganda?
Does it fit what's acceptable?
Right.
Am I going to get laughed at, or am I going to get looked at weird if I talk about it? Or, you know what I mean? Like, that you don't want to, everybody has to fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of that too.
And that's why labels are so dangerous, because instead of trying to be, trying to use discernment, people want to be to the left. Like, oh, if I think like this, then I'm to the right. But good people are to the left, so I'm just going to align with this. And that,
yeah,
labels are always used to divide, and they are always, always, always co-opted, without exception. Look at what progressive Nancy Pelosi's progressive. Really? Words mean fucking nothing. I'm a
Yeah.
fascist. Like people call me a fascist. Words mean fucking nothing. That's what they're only weaponized. I don't give a shit if you consider yourself a libertarian. I don't care if you consider yourself a socialist. I don't care if you consider yourself a capitalist. Let's talk about the issue specifically and see if we can find common ground on it. I don't understand why that's like a controversial thing. It's not. Why would you want to just like isolate yourself to this tiny little team and nobody else? I can't work with anybody else like that. Oh my God, you're a terrible person if you actually want to work with somebody else. Oh, I mean, again, I just want to get shit done, right? Why is that weird? Why is that controversial? Because I want to get shit done. I don't care what it fucking takes. Why are we not at that point where it doesn't matter? It just doesn't matter.
Because people just want validation. They sell their souls for validation. Don't give a fuck. They literally just gave it all up just to be validated. Because we're slinging truth and the fucking establishment is slinging that sweet, sweet validation.
That's true. That's true. Oh, that's depressing though too.
Yeah. Validation via propaganda. Because
it's not real.
Nope.
It's not real.
Not.
Man, that's depressing. But it's but they're more worried about like what I tweet.
No.
You have to get out. Like we have to deplatform Comrade Misty and Skye.
I'm obviously extremely dangerous.
Yeah. You're
oh my God, I'm going to take over the world with my red-brown alliance.
Yeah.
That red-brown alliance.
Here I come, bitches.
It's complete.
Yeah.
We did
I don't even know. You guys just like resistance is futile at this point, man. Just take it in and embrace the red-brown, bitches. Embrace it. We're already here. It's so fucking dumb. I'm a 39-year-old mother from Ohio. I'm like no threat to you, you dumb fucks. I have no power. I have no influence. I have no money. I'm just some chick in Ohio, and you're more worried about what the fuck I tweet about than you are about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez voting for bills that are literally killing you. There's something wrong with you. Yeah. There's something wrong with you, you absolute ass wipes. Oh, I'm so sick of these people.
Well, some of them are ass wipes, right? And some of them are COINTELPRO. I'm fully convinced.
Oh, for sure. And that happens. Paid DNC operatives or whatever. And, they're painfully pathetic. God damn it.
They suck at their jobs. I'll tell you that much.
They really do suck at their jobs too.
They make us sound awesome sometimes. I'm like,
they do. So they just made like a thing of me. Like I said earlier, like the gotcha thing where I supported Bernie in 2016. You just proved my point.
Yeah.
Like this is what I've always, like, you're making me look good. Like, thank you. Should I send you a fruit basket? Like, thanks. I don't know. What the fuck are you doing? Like, that's what I've always said. That's the whole fucking point. They're so dumb. They really are dumb. I hope, they don't have a better budget, like, for this shit or whatever. Better writers.
Come on, CIA.
Something.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Up your game, dude. Yeah. At least be entertaining. That's all I'm asking for. At least be entertaining. They're boring as fuck. They say the same shit over and over again. They're just so pathetic. It really, like, if that's your, like, what you're doing as your job, I hope you feel really bad about yourself because you are pathetic.
You are a cuck.
You are a cuck. You are like a monumental piece of shit, like just useless.
I mean, get that money for doing nothing. If you're getting paid to fucking screenshot my tweets,
I hope you're getting paid. I mean, at least if you're doing that shit for free, I mean,
that's the weird shit. Now
that is the weird shit.
Sure, I mean, if you're getting paid, whatever, get that fucking money. That's life. That's the game. But you're doing this for free. What a fuck. That's crazy to me. Like,
imagine waking up in the morning and like going straight to like Twitter and
what did Comrade Misty tweet today?
or watching your live streams or our live streams and clicking it out.
I haven't been paying attention. Has there been any trolls in the chat? I'm really bad at like paying attention to my chat. I'm really sorry, chat people, but you guys know I have severe ADHD. I cannot do this shit, and everybody knows it. That's me. Take me or leave me. That's just how it is. But yeah, there's usually at least they came for like the first 3 weeks solid. And just like trolled the shit out of the chat until I had Magnus on and none of them showed up. And then I realized it's because in one of the episodes I thanked them. I'm like, you guys are just helping. Like, I'm getting views, I'm getting engagement, like you're helping me on the algorithm, like thanks. And they stopped coming. They don't come anymore. I think they realize that they're just helping. I mean, seriously, thank you. Like even my Twitter trolls, thank you. Like one of the dumb bitches who stalks me on Twitter retweeted my thing about the home run for Julian event. Thanks. Thank you. Like seriously, I wanted to thank that person. Like you just helped me boost my event. I really appreciate you. Like that they're just helping. You're just helping me, really. It's funny.
Don't really, it's just free advertisement. Because the thing about it is, when people do unfollow you, I wanted you to unfollow me anyway. Like either one with me, and I just haven't been showing up on your timeline. I haven't unfollowed yet. So eventually you're going to unfollow anyway. When one of your fucking moots were trying to cancel me, it was going to happen eventually. Or you do agree with me, and you're such a little bitch that because you got pressure, you didn't want one of your moots to find out that you followed me, you unfollowed me. Like, who gives a fuck? And then the people who are going to vibe with me, they're going to see that shit. Like, it does nothing, which is why I try not to talk about certain fucking people too much, like fucking Vosh or whatever.
I've never messed. I don't give a shit about Vosh. Like I didn't even know who he was until recently, and all I know is that he like random like will occasionally talk about how child pedophilia is fine, and using the N word with the hard R is just totally fine. And fuck that guy. Like let's not even. I don't even want to give him any air. I think he's an op. Honestly,
100%.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. It's really weird to me that people still buy into it, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the trolls are the most depressing part. Like, it's just so painful. It really is.
I mean, the trolls, like I said, fuck them. You just kind of detach from this shit. Like, especially when the only weird thing is when they're like harassing other people or doxing. Now that shit is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Trying dox.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Listen, that's fucked up. Doxing people, you're a piece of shit if that's something that you're into. You're a piece of fucking shit. Like, I'll talk. I don't even know if I want to give it any like air, but somebody managed to get into my Instagram account and got a picture of me with my children at Disney World. And they pixelated my kids, but my Instagram account is locked down. So I don't know how they got a picture of my kids. I am very careful about where I post pictures of my kids. And so the fact that these psychopaths managed to get into my Instagram account and they now have a picture of my kids is fucked up. But then to post it on Twitter, I'll get, okay, fine. You pixelated my kids out of it. I will fucking come for you. I will fucking come for you if you mess with my kids. That's not like a threat. I'm not saying that to like be badass. I will fucking come for you. Do not mess with my children. They are not a part of this. You don't get to bring them into this. It's fucked up to do so. And I will come for you if you do. So that's just, I mean, I'm only going to say it one time. I will fucking come for you. That's a line you do not cross ever. Yeah. For any
messing with people's families, that fucking all right, we're gonna fucking come for you.
Like, I will fucking come for you. Again, that's not a threat. Don't take it as a threat. That's not me like trying to sound badass. I'm just saying I will fucking come for you. That's not a joke. Yes. Those are my children. You do not come for somebody's kids. You can hate me all the fuck you want. They have nothing to do with it. That's a line you don't cross. And people do it all the time. You know, they'll try to come for somebody's kids, or they'll just doxing in general. Like, what kind of a scumbag do you have to be? First of all, what kind of a loser do you have to be to spend your time digging into somebody's life to try to find information that you can post online? Like, you're a scumbag. That you're like bottom of the barrel, bottom feeding piece of shit. So, I mean, that's just a whole other level of just, you know, but you just don't cross that line ever. I don't even know why that's a conversation we have to have with like grown adults.
Because people are fucked up. Like, that's just, there's always going to be those obsessive fucking people. But it's crazy that they're so mad at someone. That's how propagandized they are. Like, we're attacking their God. Like, they worship them people. Like, worship somebody to react to someone criticizing them.
Imagine going to bat for a politician like that.
This is fucking insane, man. I don't.
Seriously, it's fascinating, kind of. I mean, I'm into true crime because of the psychology behind it. Like, that's fascinating to me. So, like, this whole like hero worship and cult of personality and all of that stuff, it's fascinating. But it's also just really painfully depressing. It really is.
You just gotta find some comedy in it, man.
Yeah. I mean, we're America, right? We elected. Look at who we elect for president. Jesus. Look at the vast majority of entertainment out there. It's reality TV. Americans love propaganda. They love entertainment reality
Mhm.
TV. They just are just so easily distracted. It's all part of it. This is why when you go to a third world country and you talk to people, they know more about their government than the most educated people here do. It doesn't matter because we were made to be comfortable in this beautiful prison with
Mhm.
golden bars. That's the bottom line, guys. So I'm glad that we're making people uncomfortable because that's
Yeah.
what needs to fucking happen.
Exactly.
And I don't know why people are so uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I welcome that shit. Like, make me uncomfortable. I mean, I get that, like, maybe that's not for everybody or whatever, but I want to be uncomfortable. I want to be challenged. Like, if you think I'm wrong, fucking tell me I'm wrong. Like, I'm fucking human. Again, just some chick in Ohio. Like, I don't have all the answers. I'm not an expert on fucking anything. But I'm okay with being challenged. I'm okay with somebody making me uncomfortable. I'm okay with having uncomfortable conversations with people I don't fucking agree with. Because that's the only way. What's the fucking point? I just don't understand what the point is. It's just dumb. You just want to, again, these people just want to like sit there and feel superior, I think.
And
Yeah.
people value fragility. Like, oh, I can't deal with this. Oh, I need a trigger warning for this. Trying to look through validation through pity. So being uncomfortable and being able to deal with things is very unpopular because that's not how they feel validated. They want to be baby. They want fucking attention. They want fucking, some unrealistic, unreciprocated shit. And so being uncomfortable, and they don't understand the rewards. If you never put yourself through an uncomfortable situation and saw the rewards, you don't.
Life is uncomfortable. Period.
Yeah.
Life's a bitch.
Life is a bitch. It fucking sucks sometimes. I mean, there are beautiful parts to it, and all of that, happy, glory, good stuff, great, all that stuff. Hallmark card, great. But life fucking sucks sometimes, and it's you just have to move through it, y'all. It's not, there's no trigger warning for life.
There's no.
And I'm not like, listen, I get trigger warning. Like, I get that. Like, I understand that trauma is legitimate and there are certain situations where, and I think that we should be compassionate to that stuff and to a certain degree, but y'all take it to like next level. Like, everybody's got to be handled with care. No, we don't have time for that shit.
Yeah.
Especially right now. We don't have time for that shit.
Oh, not about you all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Right?
Really not.
Oh, that's a lot of it. A lot of people think it's about them all the time. Like it's like they're the star of their own reality show. And like that's the way that they imagine themselves, the center of their little universe. Yeah. And while that may be true to a certain degree, you are kind of the center of your own little universe and you have your own little place and things move about you and your daily life. But you're like a tiny speck, It's people need to watch Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dot. For real. I don't know how you watch Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dot and just not fucking get it. How do you just not get it? Like humans have been given, like, I'm going to get a little philosophical here. But humans have been given like this great opportunity, this great gift. Like we happen to live on this planet that was habitable for life, and we were able to evolve from that, and we have this opportunity to like live and be of this universe on this tiny little rock floating about in space, and we choose to like blow people up for profit and poison people in Flint, Michigan, and it's fucking crazy. Why are we? I don't understand. And then I'm called like you're a crazy hippie or you're a communist because I want for something better. Like, I think we should evolve past blowing shit up. I mean, I don't know. It seems like, why would that not be the end goal? Like, can we just not logical. Blow people up? Right? Like grown-ass adults who are making decisions for us are like, yeah, we want their oil. Let's go blow some children up. No. We teach our kids, don't hit your friends, right? And then, Joe Biden goes and bombs Syria. It doesn't fucking make any sense. It's fucking ridiculous. That's not how grown-ups solve problems. And it's really weird that I'm considered, some crazy hippie for thinking that we should evolve past.
A Nazi hippie.
Yeah, I'm a Nazi hippie. I'm a Nazi hippie. That's what it is. That's a good one. Maybe we should get that. Maybe we can get that catch on.
Yeah.
Somebody send that to my trolls. We can see if we can get them. I want to infiltrate them, honestly. I shouldn't say this on air, but I do kind of want to infiltrate those bitches.
All you need is a cartoon account and fucking horrible takes. And
I know, but I kind of want to do it. Like, I kind of want to like create an account and just like low key, like get myself in with these people, get invited to the group DMs. Like, not to, I mean, maybe I'll expose them. It would be kind of fun. But maybe just so I can make fun of them with you guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're just so painfully stupid.
Oh my
God. It would be fun to infiltrate, I think. I could try it. I bet I could do it.
I don't think it'd take that.
I could make fun of myself.
Oh yeah,
that's all it takes. Just shit post about myself.
Oh, have fun. Shit post about me.
I will. I'll shit post about all of us. The fucking Fash fam.
Fash fam.
That's all I gotta do is put out a few tweets about fuck the Fash fam, and I'll be welcomed like that. I betcha. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
share
do it.
Bellingcat.
I will. I'll retweet some Bellingcat. And I'll tweet about how great the squad is.
TYT live.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah. I'll definitely like, oh, TYT's going live. See you in the chat. Yeah, it will be really easy. Yeah, I could Kyle Kalinske. I could probably retweet some Kyle Kalinske. You know, Ayanna Presley. It'd be really easy. It would be really fucking easy.
Fucking easy, dude.
I'm gonna do it. Here I come. Here I come. This is gonna be fun, actually. I'll wait because I just said it on like a live.
Machiavellian discussion here.
Why the fuck not? They do it to me like they do.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna try to hack into my Instagram and get pictures of my kids. I'm gonna infiltrate your group. And I do look. She's got Steve on her, by the way.
Oh, I do.
Fiorella's wearing Steve.
There
Steve
you go.
Boykanen. There's Steve's face.
We need a cartoon of you and Skye Daddy too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I need all that. I don't need buttons with my face.
I know it would annoy you, so I kind of want that to happen. Somebody draw Misty.
It would really annoy me, actually. It's weird.
It is weird. It is
weird. Yeah. I still don't understand why anybody gives a shit what I say about anything. I'm always surprised when people watch anything that I do or care about what I say. It's weird. You shouldn't, honestly. You should not give a shit what I have to say about any fucking thing. I don't do this because I think people should care what I say about anything. I have no answers. I'm just here for myself. It's a very selfish endeavor. I'm here because I want to talk about these things, and my husband was tired of hearing about it. That about sums it up. So you really should not give a shit about what I have to say about anything. I mean, you can like my tweets and shit. That's fine. Like, I get it. I like people's tweets too, but don't take me that seriously. I don't take myself seriously. So don't take me seriously, please.
Put down your Misty shrines, guys. No need.
Please destroy them immediately. If anybody ever had one, you should be ashamed of yourself. Don't do it.
Burn it.
Don't do it. I am no shrines for me, please. Yeah, I don't take myself seriously. So it's really weird if anybody should do that either. All right,
guys, girls.
Yeah,
this is great.
I know. It has been
very therapeutic. I feel
it has been very therapeutic. I feel like we got a lot of good ranting out. We should do this more often for sure.
This is great.
This was a lot of fun.
We should definitely enjoyed it. I hope they enjoyed it.
Yeah, I honestly, chat people, I know I like apologize for myself all the time. I suck at the chat. Suck at it. I can't focus. Like, I have to focus on the people I'm talking to. And I can't like read chats and focus on people I'm talking to. It's just not how my brain works. I'm really sorry. I know it's like a great thing. Like, people love when you're interactive on the chat, and so I can't. So you just have to deal with that shit. That's just how it works around here. This is not that show. Sorry. Plus I don't have my meds. I haven't had my meds for like 2 weeks. I'm trying to like wean myself down off of them, but I don't think it's a great idea, to be honest with you. I'm all the fuck over the place.
Yeah.
It's not a great plan. All right. So,
helps,
huh?
I said weed helps.
Weed does help. It genuinely does. If you have ADHD,
I have it. So I know. Yeah.
100% helps. It just like really just helps me slow a little bit to where I can just focus on something, which is nice. but my meds help a lot too. I won't lie. I'm not like great about big pharma stuff, but my ADHD meds do help. So yeah, I don't know why we just got off on that, but we've been going for 2 hours. I always try to get Sleepy Josh out of here. He's actually running 2 shows right now, by the way. So if you guys can go to his Twitter page, which is at abortu, ABORTU. He has a buy me a coffee link or whatever. I always tell people go there, buy Sleepy Josh a coffee, because he does an absolute shit ton for everybody. I mean, he's constantly helping all of us, and I'm like specifically very technologically stupid, so he's very patient with me.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, so do you guys want to tell Skye, do you want to tell her? I mean, I hate this. Like, everybody knows where the fuck to find us. Can we just not like, fuck that shit? I hate all that stuff, like the self-promotion bullshit at the end of a show. Tell everybody where they can find you. If you're here, you know where you can find us, right? You know where you can find us. So let's just not even do any of that. We'll just end it there. And like Queen of Awkward, here I am. It's like the weirdest ending to a show ever, but we'll just end it there, and we'll see you next week. I don't even know. I don't think I have anybody scheduled. I don't know.
No.
We'll see. Who do you guys want to see on the show? Tell me. Huh?
Gotta work it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. We'll work it out.
Great
Okay,
show.
bye guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.